onto our final rock, which is sandstone, which will look like these are hoodoos, I found out. And for this, you're going to start off with a nice tall block. And there's a lot of cutting is in this, which has been removed. It's been cut from the footage, you might say, pun intended, as always. But yeah, to start with, we're just going to look at one side and go, right, what's the silhouette from this side going to look like? And this is going to be, for me, I mean, in hindsight, I could have just done a big pillar and done the same technique with this, but I wanted to create something that looked a bit more, like, had a nicer silhouette to it. But yeah, just cutting like like marking out these V's, as you can see, removing any parts of it which shouldn't be there anymore. So those V's let you know which parts need to be removed, and then cutting into pillars here like this. So working through that surface downwards, and then cutting the kind of the horizontal cut, and then I obviously did the back part of it, and then just cutting into it and just breaking it into it. So it's like, I mean, this is more fiddly than if I'd just done one big spire like I'd done with the eyes, but I wanted to create a different silhouette, so there was some variety within things. But yeah, just cutting these V's cutting them all the way through now, and just cutting those bits out. And then you end up with like a kind of W type shape. And from here, that's just where you can actually start deciding what these pillars are going to look like. Now they tend to have like a rounded top, but they don't have like this kind of uniform thing where they slowly get like thinner towards the top. Always they get thinner and they get wider again. There's like the erosion is kind of quite random on them. So I'm not trying to do a cut which just tapers up to the top. What they always do have is these lines. So I'm just, you can think of the knife here as being like floating in my hand, as opposed to putting lots of pressure and making these kind of score marks exactly horizontal. So more like sedimentary than the slate, which is at an angle. We do want them to be horizontal. And then you can add some vertical ones as well. And that ends you up looking with something like that. The painting on it is nice and simple as well, I think. So starting with a dark brown base coat, and then I mix some orange into that, and painting that vertically downwards, so I'm not getting into the details. So the undercoat is in dark brown, and then the base coat is this kind of this orangey brown. And then I went to pure orange, and this is a vertical light dry brush color. So always working it downwards, and it kind of looks ruined at that point, but you're going to bring it back again by putting on a creamy brown dry brush, once again working vertically downwards to catch all of the horizontal detail that was kind of put in during the carving stage. Then I added some paint stripes. So I started with Zealot Yellow from Army Painter, and I'm just painting stripes across each of these hoodoos, is what they're called apparently. So yeah, definitely don't get hoodoos like this in England. This is kind of like Utah territory, that kind of area of the world. But yeah, these yellow stripes really like add something. And then the same sort of stripes in dark brown. So just putting bands of color around these different hoodoos at different points, just trying to make it as random as possible. Now to bring this color back down again, we're going to a cream, like light dry brush. So the very tops of them, I'm kind of almost painting with this cream color before then going into a vertical dry brush and catching the edges as well. So kind of highlighting the edges and dry brushing with this kind of final color, and just getting into that detail. And that is what it ends up looking like.